at the southern border, and it has been a crisis of historic proportions over the last week. This is what we know. While many people, of course, are preparing for this holiday weekend, Border Patrol agents are still working to get thousands of migrants processed down there at the southern border. International railways into Eagle Pass, Texas, are open yet again since this afternoon. Remember, CBP had said that they were going to temporarily and indefinitely close them earlier this week. Let's go down now to the southern border there in Eagle Pass, Texas. Fox News multimedia reporter Bowen Kedrovich standing by with the latest. Bowen, good to see you. So you're down there at the southern border. You're seeing it up close, personal, firsthand. What are you seeing?
Hi, Andrew. Yes, well, I have seen some rail cars start to move down the railway from Mexico over to Eagle Pass, but they are still processing vehicles on one of the two international bridges here, and that is because the agents from the closed bridge have to come and help with the migrants. And now you can still see some of the migrants here behind me, but this is a very different scene, what we are seeing today compared to the last couple days around this time. The crowd down here has really started to thin out, but experts warn that these closed entryways into Eagle Pass will cripple the city's economy.
That news clip is many news clips online that you can look up of the border and the border crisis right now going on in the United States of America. Sup everybody, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you're having a good one. Today, as you could tell by that clip, we are discussing the border crisis today in this video. We are going to go all in, no holds barred, and I'm giving my full thoughts and opinions regarding this topic. So let's go ahead and just jump right on in. So in a nutshell, the border crisis has been a crisis that has been going on since the beginning of the Biden presidency, and every month of the last 3 years has begun even worse for the border. They want to reenact the building of the wall, which was to keep the illegals out. The only people winning in this situation, you think we're trying to help bring the Hispanics into the country. There is a legal process for immigration. What you are promoting is illegal immigration. And you got these stooges up in the office. You get these stooges like KJP, which her only qualifications for her job are being African American and a lesbian. She is the true definition of a diversity hire and has no idea how to do her job or how to function properly, and is a pathological liar to the media. Says that the border problem, that President Biden has been taking care of the problem. President Biden has not been doing anything with the problem. If he was doing something with the problem, he's only visited the border recently. Trump also visited the border recently because of the issue. And they blame a lot of this stuff on him, and then you have this political witch hunt against him, and you're like, now we want to team up with you. What are these people on, man? I'm not trying to be super, super political in this video, but how can you not be? This really is a political issue. This is also a societal issue. And why I also say this is a societal issue? Well, it affects us citizens. You want to know why? What the U.S. government cares about right now? They care about aiding foreign countries, bringing the illegals into the country, taking over actual high schools, actual dorm residencies in New York and Chicago, and kick you out. Basically in conclusion, making you homeless, making you, the United States citizen born in this country, homeless to house the illegals. And you're going to say, oh, you're being racist calling them illegals. I'm sorry, immigrants. They house the immigrants from Mexico. And, and also, I get on them a little bit. Some of it's not their fault. A lot of the shit in Mexico is a problem. The mafia and many other gangs that run in Mexico. It is a big issue, and the Mexican government doesn't really do anything about it. There's really no huge police presence or anything like that. The mafia pretty much runs Mexico. So in a way, I understand. And you want to raise your family in a better place. But also there's a better way to do it. And also and the other part of it, which is the negative portion of it, are the cartels. The cartels are winning in all of this. The cartels are the people who are the drug lords. Your El Chapos of the world. People who need to be in jail. Those are the ones that are winning in all of this, because they're busy. They're busy giving your children fentanyl, and they mistake a bag of like gummy bears. That shit had fentanyl in it. That shit actually happened in my home state. I couldn't fucking believe it. And you're just sitting there and you're like, and you see the comments, you're like, oh, how dare you say this about stuff like that? Where else is the fentanyl coming from in this country? This country has an opioid crisis that has not really been dealt with. In fact, they say the statistics for it is down. That is a lie. The opioid epidemic is probably the highest it's ever been. I was in a relationship with a girl and she ended up dying because of fentanyl. I just want you to be aware of that. That how much like this shit hurts me because of that situation. And I sit there and I hear these idiots on the news. And that's what I'm gonna call them. I don't know. Like I said, bro. Like I said with these new videos, I'm not gonna give a fuck about what I say anymore. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I don't give a fuck what these idiots on MSNBC, CNN, even on Fox News and all this bullshit. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. At this point, my news source is Breaking 9/11 on Twitter/X, and that's my only news source. Like, and that's all I need. That's all I need, because there's no political propaganda on that fucking independent page like every other mainstream corporation. I feel like mainstream media should just die out. That's why I listen to podcasts for news. That's why I listen to, well, like I said, read the Breaking 9/11 stuff on Twitter. I don't even like the local news. I think even the local news promoting on news I hear on big corporate news makes zero sense. And even the local news is just, it's stale, it's redundant. All you hear about is the crime in the local area. Yeah, I mean, yeah, which is important. I understand that. And it gets fucking redundant. And the same thing goes with the border. The policies made by the Biden administration to just reenact a lot of the stuff that happened made absolutely no logical sense in any of the word. And all you hear is, oh, you're blaming Trump for this and that. Trump did this. Trump did that. Trump is the root of all evil. Because if you like Trump, you are a right-wing extremist. You are a misogynist. You are this. You are that. It's so dumb. These people have no brain cells left to even function an actual IQ statement. If I know some people that are Democrat that I go to college with, and they're actually like really fucking smart. There are people that I know that I've had debates with that are really fucking intelligent that believe a different way than me. These people that are on Twitter, these people that, promote, this and that, our border issue is so bad. Most people in this country care more about being called a certain fucking pronoun than caring for this country. You care more about a rainbow flag than the American flag. This country is so divided to the point it's disgusting. It is disgusting how divided this country is, especially on the border policy. Like, we should all agree that you should come into the process of this country legally, and then you have these idiots defend the situation like, oh, it's not a problem. Motherfucker, yes it is. Yes it is. It is a major problem. And the fact that you don't even see that is a problem. And either you're blind, deaf, or you're fucking stupid. You're probably all three. If you think there's no issue with basically over almost, if not maybe even over a million immigrants coming in illegally to the country, if you don't think that's a problem, our tax dollars are being wasted on this with and giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. Our tax money is being wasted. If there's one thing that makes you depressed about this country every day, there's literally a website it's called the U.S. Debt Clock. You can go and look at that and just click that and just look at that forever. There's also another statistics site that I want to put in. It's also very important to the point of why I said the drug cartels are winning. And it's from like the Bureau of Statistics of the immigration coming in, of the drugs coming into this country, like fentanyl, that they're using even in marijuana. They're using it in coke. They're using it in meth. They're using it in freaking chocolate candy. They're using it in freaking Skittles. Like there was this one kid that literally had a piece of chalk. They're putting it in chalk that kids draw with. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You can look this shit up for yourself. They're also even in kids' lunches, they're unknowingly having this crap. And you gotta blame the parents in that situation. Wait, how do you not notice that? That just makes no logical sense. The way people in this country are just not even giving a shit is kind of sad, actually. We should be giving more of a shit about this. Instead, we care more about being called a fucking ziff than caring more about the policy of keeping our country safe, keeping our cities safe, keeping our children safe. We care more about being called a ziff, a zem self, than that. We care more about politics. We care more about a bill that's like, oh, don't say gay. You can't say that. No, no, no. Come on. Who cares if somebody identifies as this and that? Nobody's going to call you Zem or Ziff. It's the same way around with the other side. Nobody's going to care. You can't just expect everyone to be straight, I mean, there are, gay people in this world, and I understand you're not going to like it, but you just got to learn to tolerate it. It is what it is. But at the same time, on the other side, you need to stop pushing this agenda. Nobody likes hearing about it. Nobody's gonna care. Most normal people, that's not right wing or left wing. Normal people are just not gonna give a shit. They'll be like, okay, cool, that's fine. We care more about dividing this country, especially our people in DC. We have these statues in Congress. We have an old fart who, in all honesty, can't even comprehend two fucking sentences as the president of the United States of America. I can barely comprehend two fucking sentences. How the fuck am I not the president of the United States of America? I could probably put in a better border policy than fucking Biden has. I'm sure an autistic child could put a better border policy than Joe Biden has. I'm sure a freaking disabled person, a mentally handicapped person, or a person with Down syndrome could put a better border policy than Joe Biden has, because this man is a disaster with this policy. He's also been a disaster with foreign aid. He has funded 2 fucking wars. That is going to be a separate video. We're going to get into that in another video, but 2 separate wars were funded, and that will be another topic for another day. That video is definitely going to spark some controversy. This one's already sparking controversy, but that one will definitely spark some controversy. And I'm not trying to be oh, you're Republican, oh, you're Democrat, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. I don't care about politics. But when you failed to help the United States citizens, and it's so clearly obvious that you are failing the citizens of this country, and then you got these celebrities that are so brain dead and so clueless, I fear for the Gen Alpha in this country, because when you see them basically getting raised on a 2-year-old on an iPad, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this country, and I feel like not only have we gotten soft, we've also gotten softer on our other countries as well. We're not putting the foot to the throat like we used to. Like even back with John F. Kennedy, who was a Democratic president. Do you know what that man said back in the 60s? He would have been called so many names today. He made sure American citizens, he put America first. He made sure we didn't fuck around and they'd fuck around and find out. Kids, he put kids through rigorous training to make sure they were in shape. They made sure you were in tip-top shape. He made boys to men and girls to women in this country. Instead, we are regressing. We are regressing. There is an obesity problem. There is also a border crisis. This border crisis, man, has been giving issues for all of the fact that there's over 800,000 people invading this country, invading cities, taking up job forces that most likely you got unemployed from. It is a problem. It is a major problem because this crisis later on in conclusion can make you very much homeless. It can make you very much homeless. It will make you homeless and make me homeless. If there's not anything done about it, there really hasn't been anything to be said or done. There needs to be more done, and I don't know what else to say except we got to do better in this country, and this country is going in the wrong direction. And all I can say is this year, we need to step it up. And, the Border Patrol officers, they're doing everything they can to help just get this issue down. And, there's, like I said, there's this website you can check, and it just shows you the amount of drugs coming into this country, and the majority of it coming from Mexico. It is sad where this country has come to. It's sad that we care more about being called Zem Self, identifying as, you're a girl, but you want to be called a man, or a man, you want to be called a woman. We care more about that than the border. We care more about that than keeping our children safe. We care more about that than, our jobs, where our next generation is going to be. We care more about just brain rot, absolute fucking brain rot. And it's sad. It's making also our children are becoming stupider. That's not me just saying that. Like, that's actually a fact. Like, even when I was in school, I hear parents nowadays and kids nowadays that they just stare at a Chromebook for 8 hours. It's wild. And COVID has a lot to do with this. I feel like everyone was like, oh, our president was being mean over Twitter. I would rather have my president like he did, where he literally stood up to Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin, said, fuck around and find out. We need to put our foot to the throat of foreign countries, and we also need to put our foot to the throat for our allies. We need to actually get Mexico to get their shit together and fund to help solve this problem. That would be step number 1 in this process. Step number 2 would be getting these people on the fucking bus. If they have no identification in this country, they should not be here. There's no way we should have 800,000 to 1 million plus people of illegal immigrants. Absolutely no fucking reason. Yes, we've had illegal immigrants in the past many, many decades. But the fact that there's this many and an absurdly stupid amount coming into this country at a rapid rate, then there is a problem. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I know this was a rather controversial video to make for some reason. The ones that are going to complain about it in the comments are a bunch of fucking crybabies anyway. Go cry in a well, Timmy. Nobody fucking cares that you're sad about, oh, he made an opinion that was different because they're doing so hard. They're trying to work on it. We ignored it for 3 years, but we're working on it. And we're going to, the state of Texas is actually doing something, and we're going to sue the state of Texas for actually doing our job because we're so fucking lazy. to do it ourselves. And we would rather pander. And we would rather send off a stupid-ass message. And rather call the American citizens dumb when y'all are we are a weak-ass country right now. And it's sad. So, like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I could go on for another 30 minutes. I really could. But I'm going to end it here for my own sanity. Just for my own sanity. And so I don't say anything more outlandish than I probably already have said in this video. Do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, guys.